Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of BHSports Weekly Yesterday. I am your host, Nick McGee, and my guest on this afternoon is the beat reporter for Kalamazoo Gazette. He covers Western Michigan University sports, football, basketball, and various other sports. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you David Drew. David, welcome to BHSports Weekly, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem, my friend, no problem, man. David, can you tell my audience real quick a little bit about yourself? What got you into doing the sports beat for the Kalamazoo Gazette covering Western Michigan University sports?
Sure. Well, I grew up playing sports all through high school and always had a love of writing. And when I got to college, I kind of thought, why not combine the two? And I got an internship at the Kalamazoo Gazette in 2008, and a part-time job opened up. And eventually became a full-time job, and the position to cover Western Michigan opened up, and kind of took the reins and ran with it. And it's just something I really like doing. I kind of love following a team and watching it progress throughout the year, and it's kind of fun to tell the story in your own way.
All right, awesome, my friend. And speaking of how the teams have progressed, I just want to talk to you a little bit briefly about the WMU men's basketball team. They had an amazing season this year in the MAC conference. Overall record of 23-10, home record of 13-2, away record 6-7. On a neutral site, they were 4-1. What has Steve Hawkins really, the head coach Steve Hawkins, what has he really brought to really elevate this program to where it is right now?
I think this year was one of his best coaching years in his 11 years at Western Michigan. He's probably had some more talented teams in the past, some more athletic teams, but this team really just kind of bought in, and I think the sum of their parts equals to be something greater than each individual player. And you look at their roster, and everyone kind of recognizes Shane Whittington and David Brown, but this roster altogether just really gelled. It was kind of one of those team efforts where when one of the two stars were out, the other guys would come in and really wouldn't lose a whole lot. And it says a lot to Hawkins and his coaching staff on what they were able to do and the way that they excelled down the stretch of the season when they were in first place and stayed there. And it really is a great season for Steve Hawkins this year.
Yes, it was. I totally agree. And speaking of his star player, you mentioned David Brown, the senior. He averaged 19.1 points per game, and he was a finalist for the Lou Hudson Award by College Insider. Can you tell me, what does the future look for this young man? Does he have any aspirations of potentially going to the NBA draft? And what type of presence that he brought to the team this past year?
Well, David actually has a handful of options that he's probably weighing right now, and he actually has the option to come back for a sixth year at Western Michigan because he's had some injuries a couple years ago that limited him to about 19 games total over 2 years. So he has the option to petition to the NCAA and come back next year potentially. There is a chance that he gives the NBA a shot, but I think if he was going to pursue a professional career, he would probably be looking overseas, maybe in Europe or Australia or one of the overseas leagues. I think would probably be the best fit for him, just because his position, there are so many guys that can come out of college at his height and weight and compete for an NBA job. Where I think if David went overseas, he'd probably find a better fit and make a good deal of money in the process.
Okay. And do you feel confident, according to your sources or the people who you talk to at Western, that there's a good chance he will be filing for that petition to compete for a fifth year?
No, I'm not. I don't really have a good feeling either way. My gut feeling says that he's going to pursue a professional career.
Okay.
Because he's overcome some major knee injuries. He's not getting any younger, and the year that he had leading the MAC or being atop the MAC in scoring, I mean, this really is kind of the peak for him, especially getting to the NCAA tournament, winning the MAC. I mean, I really am not sure how much more personally he could accomplish by coming back next year. So my gut feeling says he'll pursue a pro career, but I haven't heard really either way on what he's going to do. I imagine that decision will come out probably in the next few weeks.
All right. And do you think he has a real good shot at winning the Lou Hudson Award coming up this coming weekend?
What's that?
Do you think he has a real shot at winning the Lou Hudson Award?
He could. I think he definitely has to be in consideration for it. You look at Western's roster and you take away David Brown, and you're left with a pretty big scoring deficit. So I think anytime you have a player that means that much to your team, he definitely has to be considered for some national recognition, especially with the year that Western had.
All right, awesome. And just to turn the leaf over to hockey a little bit, and the job Andy Murray has done with the hockey team, with overall record of 19-16-5 and a flat .500 winning percentage with in-conference play of 11-11-2, but their home record doesn't look all that great to me. Somewhat under .500 with a 7-8-1 record. What's your overall impressions of WMU hockey season this past year?
I think their overall final record is maybe a little bit better than some people within the program might have expected.
Right.
Joining a new conference, I don't think anyone really knew how Western was going to do. And in fact, a lot of people, they cover college hockey, picked Western to finish last in this league. Well, they ended up finishing tied for fourth in the regular season standings, and we're just about a goal away from playing in the conference tournament championship game. So I think they exceeded expectations a little bit this year. Now, they missed the NCAA tournament by just a few spots in terms of getting an at-large bid. And you talked about their home record, and I think that's where Andy Murray and probably a lot of the players will tell you is that they probably feel they let some wins get away from them at home this year. They've had some leads that turned into losses, and I think that will kind of stick with them in terms of this year, and maybe their record could have been a little bit better.
All right, and overall, do you think the program's heading in the right direction going into next year, given the fact they're in a brand new conference?
I absolutely do. I think this is the right conference for Western to be in. I think what they did this year really opened a lot of eyes around the league, especially with 6 teams that Western is not familiar with, and they're not familiar with Western. I think there's a little bit of newfound respect for Western in this new league, and I think Western is absolutely headed in the right direction down the road in this league.
All right, awesome. And I know we're in the springtime, and I know in various colleges and universities, spring football practice has begun. Just right now, I don't know if you could give me a whole lot. What's the impression so far of Western Michigan football? What's your prediction of Western Michigan University football going to the 2014-2015 campaign?
Well, this is an interesting spring for Western Michigan, just for the simple fact that they have over 20 freshmen coming in this summer and this fall. So really this spring, it's just kind of hard to tell overall what this team will look like in the fall, because guys that you're seeing getting first team reps right now might not be the starters in the fall. So it's hard to tell. There's some good individual stories that you can take out of camp. Like, you got Corey Davis, who had a phenomenal freshman year at receiver last year. He looks like he's put on a little bit more muscle and definitely has that added confidence. And there's definitely a few other storylines coming out of it. I'm interested to see how the quarterback battle continues to evolve, especially with 2 in camp right now, and Zach Terrell and Cam Thomas. And they'll have freshman Chance Stewart from Sturgis in there this summer and next fall, and I expect that to be a 3-player race. That should be a good one. But right now, I think the vibe in practice and with the team is just to continue to get reps, continue to stay healthy, and just continue to learn his system in the second year of Coach PJ Fleck's tenure.
All right, awesome. And David, I thank you very much for joining me on BHSports Weekly yesterday. I would definitely like to have you back on to talk more football as the spring training and the summer camps begin to progress here in the next upcoming weeks and months. And sir, I really thank you for jumping on with me real quick.
I appreciate you having me.
All right, thank you, sir, and we will definitely stay in touch. Hello? Okay.
Oh, hello?
Yes, I said we will definitely stay in touch, my friend.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. I look forward to it.
All right, thank you. You have a blessed one.